Hello and welcome to Central Lyon High School for tonight's Siouxland Conference basketball between MOC-Floyd Valley and your Central Lyon Lions. I'm Jeff Cruz. I'll be on the call here tonight as we are getting ready for the first home game of the 25-26 season for the girls and the first overall game for the boys for both squads. Let's take a look at a few stats here early in the season. MOC-Floyd Valley 1-1 overall, 1-0 in Siouxland Conference action. Central Lyon 1-0 overall and 1-0 in Siouxland Conference play. The Dutch average 57 points per game. They shoot 46.1% from the field, average 27 rebounds, 17.5 assists, and 9.5 steals per game. They also shoot 57.6% from the free throw line, and they average 17 turnovers per contest. For the Lions, in their one game, they scored 70 points. They shot 45.9%. They had 40 rebounds, 18 assists, and 12 steals. They also shot 55.6% from the free throw line and had 14 turnovers in their lone game so far this year. Earlier today, I had a chance to sit down and talk to Coach Grafing about the summer, the off-season, the game from last week, and tonight's matchup. We'll have that interview now. Welcome back to the pregame show. We're being joined now by Central Lyon girls head coach Heather Grafing. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a while.
It has been a while. So before we talk about the game from last Tuesday, since it is our first home game of the year and our first chance to talk, let's talk a little bit about the off-season. What did that look like for the girls this past summer?
Yeah, so for us too, I just give the girls so much credit. We have who we have, and so the off season was very much having to transition to a very different team. No secret for when Desta Hugedorn was still here. After Addie Klostebor and Afton Schlumbum and those guys graduated, we had to go to kind of more, I guess, of a post oriented offense and so on, because we had Desta and we had Aubrey Metzger in there. And so for the last 2 years, we've looked different than we even did in 22 and 23. And so now I think what you're going to see is we've got more guards again. And so the offseason was just about trying to figure out what gifts we have, and how we can use those gifts to help us win ball games. And it's going to look different, obviously, but at the same time, the girls have been working hard, and I still feel like we have some really great balance between our outside and our inside. And so, yeah, the offseason was more just about trying to get comfortable, in a way almost trying to find a new identity. And so that's what we've been working on.
And then before the regular season got started, we did host a scrimmage, the one that we usually do over in Dort, but we hosted it here against Western Christian. What did you think about that?
For us too, right now, with a relatively, everybody on the floor, with the exception of a couple of people, have a new role. Danica and Cheyenne were starters for us last year. We had to fill 3 starting spots, and so we had some kids that came off the bench that are in our starting positions now, and we had some kids that were in our scout team that are now going in the regular rotation. So for us right now, it's going to be about getting on the floor and getting experience, because we do look very different than we did, a year ago. So I thought that was a great opportunity. We played against Western Christian, and just a good opportunity just to get out and, again, just is try to, find some rhythm together and just get these girls on the floor playing together. And that was a great opportunity.
And then last Tuesday, we got the 25-26 season started with a 70-35 victory at Sheldon. How did the girls play in that one?
It was a kind of a slow start. I thought we started well, and we were doing really good things. We didn't finish very well in the first half. I believe, if my math is, if I'm remembering correctly, in the first half, we left about 16 to 18 points out there on just missed high percentage shots. So layups and, shots inside the paint. So the good news is we were getting those shots, where I think, a lot of people kind of assumed with, Aubrey being gone now and having a new post player with Ellie Hofer in there, taking our post role, that we would just kind of rely on our outside shooting. But, we still like to try to work from the inside out, and I thought we got really, really good shots. They just weren't falling. And to the girls' credit, they kept with it. So you can't really be, it's frustrating when you miss those, but at the same time, I was excited that we were getting those shots. Right. Second half, I felt like we just settled in a little bit. We were able to just put some pressure on them, run the floor a little bit, and I think we just kind of wore them down. And so I was really, really proud of our second half effort.
Yeah, I think if I'm remembering correctly, about half their points scored in the first quarter, and then the other half in the next 3 quarters. So
Yeah.
obviously, and again, early in the year, it takes a little while to, no matter how much practice you have, the first game, it's the speed is
Yes.
always different.
For sure, and huge credit to Sheldon. You know, they're a team that kind of is rebuilding from last year, and this year you can just tell they've got some really competitive kids. They play really, really hard. And so definitely got to give them a shout out. They competed with us. But I think in the second half, I just think, you know, we kind of wore them down, and we started finishing those shots that we had been missing. What was really cool to see is we had 4 in double figures, and that's just really exciting to see because we understand the importance of balance. You know, I don't need one kid to average 20 points a game. We need 4 kids in those double figures. So I was excited about that, and just the development that we've been doing, I think looks really good. Danica led us. She had 21, and she did pretty much, you know, had something in every scoring, you know, or in every column, you know, scoring, rebounding, assists. She kind of did it all for us. And so she had a great first night out. And then we had Cheyenne Struckman had 14. She was playing on a bum ankle the night before. In fact, right at the beginning of practice on Thursday, she sprained her ankle pretty good. But knowing Thanksgiving was coming up, she wanted to tape it up and give it a go, and she did fantastic. And then Taylor Reibkema had 10 for us. And then Ellie Hofert had her first ever varsity double-double. You know, points is awesome. Thing I was excited about was she had 15 rebounds. And so with Aubrey and Georgie and Lexi and those guys that had done so much for us the last couple of years, rebounding is huge. And so being able to fill that void of our rebounder was great. And so for Ellie to have 15 rebounds, I was just really, really proud of her.
And now we have MOC-Floyd Valley tonight here. What will we see from them? You
know, when you look at the Siouxland Conference, for one, it's always tough. We know that. But when you look at who they're bringing back and the experience that they bring back, I think MLC's got to be at the top of the list. They're bringing back a lot of their major players from last year. So we're expecting a battle. They're a very, very good team. They've got a really good balance with their inside-outside. And so it's going to take 4 quarters of extreme effort, you know, to beat these guys. And, you know, right now our goal is just the first 3 minutes. You know, whatever, the first 3 minutes is going to set the tone, and we'll just kind of move from there. So, no, a ton of respect for MLC. They're going to be very, very good, and we definitely have our work cut out for us.
What will be a couple keys for Central Lyon to come away with a victory tonight? You
know, I think for one is, you know, Addie Yeltsima is coming back as, you know, leading scorer, 3-point shooter in the Siouxland from last year. It's her senior year this year. You know, against Boyden Hall, their last game that they had, she had, I think it was 4 threes in the first, quarter, maybe in the first half of the first quarter. So I think a huge key is going to be to come out and contain her. She's kind of their heartbeat, so to speak, and a lot of things feed off of her. So she's definitely going to be a big part of our attention. But they also have a really good post player, a young post player that does a great job, very efficient. I think she's only missed 1 shot this year.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, you know, making sure we can, you know, take away those 3-point shots. One thing that we've preached for, you know, the last 10 years is, you know, we always call it nothing in the house, no uncontested threes. Nothing in the house, meaning we're not going to let anybody come inside that lane and score for free. And no uncontested threes means we're going to get out there and we're going to get a hand up. And if you think about that, that puts our defense, it spreads us out pretty far. It takes a lot of effort, but that's what we're going to need tonight.
All right, Coach. Well, I want to thank you for taking some time to join us today. And we'll be back with more of our pregame show after these words from our sponsors.
Murphy Family Dentistry has been serving and supporting the Lions and all of Northwest Iowa for over 25 years. We are located in Rock Rapids just off Highway 75. Our friendly staff is ready to help cheer up your smile for another Lion victory. Call us today to schedule for all your dental needs or visit us online at www.josephmurphydental.com.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Welcome back to Rock Rapids as we get ready for the tip-off here tonight. I want to thank Coach Grafing once again for taking some time out of her day today to talk to us. Looking at the last 5 games for both of these teams here, as down to about 3 minutes left in the warm-ups. obviously not very many games so far. The Dutch 1-1. They have a win versus Boyden Hall. That was a 65-19 win, and their loss, I believe, was last Monday at Spencer, 50-49. Lions, on the other hand, as you heard Coach Grafing talk about, they got the 70-35 victory last Tuesday on the road. That was over in Sheldon. Those are the games so far this year. Looking at the series history between these two teams, the Central Lyon has won 11 in a row, including the 2 last year. Those 2 last year, Central Lyon won 72-47 and 65-47. Taking a look a little bit here at the very early Siouxland Conference standings. Central Lyon is tied at the lead there with MOC-Floyd Valley and Rock Valley and West Lyon. They're all 1-0. Unity Christian yet to play the first conference game yet. Only 9 teams in the conference this year, so obviously a little one team doesn't play each night, conference match or game that is. And then you have Boyden Hall, Okoboji, Sheldon, and Sioux Center all with 1 loss on the year. Preseason rankings put out by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union has Central Lyon ranked at 6th in Class 2A. 2 other schools ranked in the Siouxland. Rock Valley also in Class 2A. They are ranked 4th. And Sioux Center in Class 4A is 7th. That was the matchup last Tuesday, actually, already an early ranked matchup. First game of the year for those 2 teams. Rock Valley came out the victor on that one to start their year at 1-0. Take an opportunity, take as many opportunities as we can to thank our sponsors: Frontier Bank, Pizza Ranch, Premier Bank, Avera Medical Group, DeNoble Austin & Company PC, Hilltop Coffee, Murphy Family Dentistry, Papik Motors, Pepsi Beverage Company, Sanford Health, and Seaport Foltz Insurance and Real Estate. Those sponsors bringing you, helping bring these broadcasts to you, along with some new camera angles this year, as we have some cameras behind the backboards on both of our backboards. Gives us a little unique angle. They are not actually attached to the backboard, so they should be immune to any too much rattling, as they are attached to the frame, the pole that comes down from the ceiling. But they'll rattle a little bit, as you saw there in warm-ups. But pretty cool angle for our free throws and those sorts of things. 20 seconds left here as we are going to get ready for our starting lineups. Remind everyone, make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel so you know when we post videos or when we start these live broadcasts. It is also the only way to leave a comment is to be subscribed to the channel. And be sure to follow Central Lyon on Facebook and X to keep up on all the latest news. And we're going to go to our starting lineups here from PA announcer Mr. Chris Wright. Starting with MOC-Floyd Valley, their head coach is Jake Thompson. And their starting lineup is going to look like this. A senior, number 3, Kaylee Tooker. A senior, number 5, Kate Klein-Hesselink. Sorry, that is not the right lineup. Let me get the right lineup. Sophomore number 4, McKenna Baker, will be starting, along with junior number 24, Lily Vandepool, and senior number 42, Addie Jeltema. Now looking at the Central Lions starting lineup for their first home game of the year. It's going to go like this. Senior number 4, Cheyenne Struckman. Sophomore number 10, Ada Vanderzee. Senior number 14, Danica Hugedorn. Sophomore number 32, Taylor Redkema. And junior number 52, Eliana Hofert. We're going to step away for a quick moment here as we get set for our national anthem. We'll be back with a tip-off here on the Central Lyon Broadcasting Network.
My name's Elin, and I like sports because I like watching them.
My name's Miles, and I just like the school in general because our teachers are nice and we get to do a lot of fun stuff.
Hi, my name's River, and I like the sports teams because my mom coaches the basketball team.
Siebert Foltz, local, true, insurance, real estate, all for you.
Hit one out of the park with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Papik Motors. With 3 convenient locations in Laverne, Rock Rapids, and Sibley, our team is ready to help with all of your automotive needs. Swing in today and let the hometown team be your dealer of choice, or visit us online at papik.com.
Papik Motors makes it so easy.
DeNoble Austin & Company PC, certified public accountants, offers a variety of services including payroll, auditing, sales tax, financial statement preparation, and of course, income taxes. Whether you're a farmer, small or large business owner, or just require some assistance with your personal finances, DeNoble Austin & Company PC can save you time and peace of mind with the skills you need and the service you expect. Located in Rock Rapids and Laverne.
On top of a hill in the heart of our little town, there's a place where the coffee's always hot and the smells are even warmer. At Hilltop, we brew more than just coffee. We brew connection, comfort, and community. Locally roasted, lovingly served, always welcoming. Come in, slow down, and stay a while. Hilltop, your coffee, your community.
A community is a place, but it's also a connection. It's where we all plant roots, raise our families, build our lives, and take care of each other. It's something we have in common, and it takes world-class care to keep communities like ours strong. We work together to live, to hope, to heal, because that's what neighbors do. Here for all, here for good. Sanford Health.
And we're back here in Rock Rapids as we get set for the tip-off here tonight. I want to thank our helpers here. We have Ivy Ramsey running our video board for everyone in the gym. Also helping out with stats for Grant Engel, who will be running our stats for the video board and the stats that I will see to give to you tonight. First tip of the year in the house, and it's going to go finally to the Lions. Hagedorn penetrates, kicks. Struckman goes baseline, nothing there. She's cut off by Yeltema, almost stolen away there. That was Tooker, and now it is stolen away by Tooker. Tooker, fast break opportunity, stolen away by Hagedorn. And it's knocked out of bounds. Central Line will maintain possession. Well, full court press here. Nope, never mind. They're going to back off. Lions will get it in. And Hagedorn will bring it up, set the offense. Ripkema. Struckman at the top. Thought about kicking it down low there to Hofert. Backdoor cut. Nothing going. Stolen away again by number 3, Kaylee Tooker, the 5'3" senior guard. 2 quick steals for Tooker, 2 turnovers on 2 possessions for the Lions. Tooker now. Over to Baker. Baker, a long three-pointer, no good, and it's Hagedorn down with the rebound. Lions are looking to push. No, stolen away. This time it's McKenna Baker, number 4, with the steal. And now a steal by Ripkema. Sloppy play here. Lions look to push ahead, and Struckman will get the layup. Quick timeout by Coach Thompson as Lions are looking to get out and run. Early here as they get on the board first. Talk about the upcoming events here on the CL Broadcast Network. Thursday, December 4th, we have 7th and 8th grade boys basketball versus West Lyon at 4:15. Then on Friday, December 5th, we have basketball versus Boyden Hall. The JV boys at 4. The JVR boys at 5:15. Those are on from the Activity Center. Then varsity girls at 6, varsity boys at 7:30 here in the gym. Boyden Hull does not have any lower level girls, so we will not have a game before the varsity here in the gym on Friday. Yeltima will inbound as the Lions set up their full court press. Tooker is going to have it, almost stolen away. No, they're going to give a jump ball, and the Dutch will maintain possession. Our RoboCam trying to learn the court here in their first basketball game. Technically second with the JV game earlier. Yeltima now. Gets it up. 3-point attempt by number 5. That is Kate Klein-Hesselink. And Klein-Hesselink, no, that's just a 2. Just a 2, so the game is tied now, 2-2. Vanderzee goes baseline and throws it away. So, turnover by Vanderzee there. Lions will go back to their full court press. Easily broken that time. Airballed on the layup attempt and another jump ball on the rebound, and the Lions this time will have possession. Into the game now. 10, 20, and 23. I'll give you those names in just a second. Number 20 is a sophomore, 6'3", Brielle Howe. Number 23, 5'7" freshman Harper Klein, and number 10, 5'5" sophomore Macy Baker. Hugedorn brings it up again for the Lions. Danica Hugedorn goes baseline, cut off there, nicely by the Dutch. Back out to, down low to Hofert. Nothing going on the defense there by Howe, and she comes down with the rebound. And now the score is 3-2, so that shot was a 3-pointer by Kate Klein-Hesselink earlier. They had 2 up there earlier. Now it's 3. That changed. So layup there by number 10. That is Macy Baker, her first 2 points of the game. And it's a 5-2 lead here early for the Dutch. Hugedorn into Hofert. Hofert gonna work, stolen away. This time that was number 4, McKenna Baker. Gonna go out on a limb and say that Macy and McKenna are twins. Number 4 and number 10. There's another Baker on the team as well, just a freshman. Obviously not a triplet, 2 different grades. And that is stolen away by Cheyenne Struckman. And Struckman gets the layup. And tipped away out of bounds by Vanderzee. So 5-4 here early in the game. Yeltima, step back 3 out of Yeltima, no good. Long rebound by number 4, McKenna Baker. They get it down to Howe, and Howe misses the bunny. And out of bounds off the Dutch. So Brielle Howe, who is shooting 92%, had only missed 1 time in the first 2 games, misses a layup. Luckily for the Lions, the Dutch still just with a 1-point lead. Try to get it to Ripkema down low. Is tipped away to Struckman. Now they get it to Ripkema in the post. Ripkema left-hand shot up and in. Into the game now, number 12, Embry Lincecum for the Lions, and number 14, that is Kylan Baker, a 5'6" freshman guard for the Dutch. Lions again will set up a full court press. The Dutch break it. Kick to Baker in the corner, and that is the freshman Baker, number 14 with the 3. Back to a 2-point lead now for the Dutch. Hagedorn, deep down low, no good. And another jump ball. This time the Dutch will have the possession. The Dutch again break the press. That's Harper Klein with it. Klein into the lane, no good. Rebound down to Danica Hagedorn. Push ahead to Cheyenne Struckman. Entry pass to Hofert. Kick to Struckman. Struckman's going to go baseline. Left hand up, no good. Rebound. Going to be off the Dutch. Reichema checking back in for the Lions, along with Jessa Vanderweerd making her first appearance of the game for Central Lyon. Back into the game, Kate Klein-Hesselink for MOC-Floyd Valley. Klein-Hesselink second on the team in rebounds with 4.5 so far. Vanderzee back to Hagedorn. And that's going to be stolen away by Klein-Hesselink. 5th turnover unofficially on the Lions here in the first 5.5 minutes of the game. Look, a little pick and roll looking for there. That one's just thrown away by number 10. That was Macy Baker. Yeltima will check out of the game as number 24, Lily Vanderpool, comes back in. Hagedorn looking to get things going here for the Lions. Cut off nicely there by MOC-Floyd Valley. Nice backdoor cut. No good, though, on the layup by Vanderzee, and Brielle Howe, who is leading the team in points with 14 points per game, got that rebound. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Pick and roll. Nothing going. Another pick and roll. Baker gets it down low. That one was missed by Vanderpool, the junior. Vanderzee with the rebound. Push ahead, stolen away by Howe. Howe also leads the team in steals with 2.5 steals per game. That's number 10, Macy Baker. Three-pointer, no good. Out of bounds off of the Dutch. Lions will have possession as Cheyenne Struckman back into the game. Back in now is McKenna Baker for the Dutch. Three-point attempt, Vanderzee, good. Lions in now full court press, man-to-man press, as they have a 1-point lead. Shot blocked by Vanderweerd on the shot by number 5. That was Kate Klein-Hesselink. Vanderweerd also got the rebound. 3-point shot, no good by Vanderweerd. Rebound comes down to Vanderpool. The Dutch now look to push. 3-pointer, no good by Baker, the freshman Baker. And here come the Lions. Shot clock turned off. They can hold for one if they want. No, Vanderzee all the way in the lane. No good. Rebound down to Vanderweerd. 3-point attempt by Vanderzee. Good. And Ada Vanderzee, 6 points. 5 seconds left here. Klein-Hesselink's 3, no good at the buzzer, and the Lions will take a 12-8 lead into the quarter. We'll be back. We'll be back with more basketball action here on the CL Broadcast Network.
I'm I'm Gable Sieperda. I'm a master's student and track and field athlete, and I've been a Frontier Bank customer for 20 years. Some of my favorite services that Frontier Bank has provided me is just having access to my financials through the online bank app, as well as hearing that familiar voice when I call that I know and can trust with my financial needs. And I'm looking forward to continuing pursuing my goals on the track, and Frontier Bank will be a huge part of that.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food for everyone. With pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken, everyone leaves a winner. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
And we're back here in Rock Rapids. Starting five out there again for the Lions. Struckman, Hugedorn, Hofert, Vanderzee, and Ripkema to start the second quarter. Very clean first quarter, no fouls called. Lions get it down to Ripkema. Ripkema up and in. Lions now out of their zone trap, full court trap it looks like, and they're more into a man-to-man defense. The Dutch get across the timeline. Their starters out there as well. They get it down low. Vanderpool, left-hand shot good by the junior. Ripkema loses it. Stolen away by Macy Baker. And the Dutch look to cut in the lead. And Yeltima will go to the line after that as she is fouled and makes the basket. Addie Yeltima with her first 2 points of the game. As number 4, McKenna Baker will check back in for MOC-Floyd Valley. Yeltima's free throw, no good. Down with the rebound is Taylor Ripkema. Yeltima, that's her first missed free throw of the year. Trying to push it into Ripkema, and Ripkema is fouled on the ground before the shot. Foul is on number 5, I do believe, for MOC-Floyd Valley. Yes, number 5. That is Kate Klein-Hesselink, her first, team's first. And the Lions will inbound underneath their own baskets. They get to Hofert. Looking to go back to Vanderzee. In the corner, nothing going. Hugedorn was going to take it baseline and up and in for Danica Hugedorn. Good seal there by Eliana Hofert to give a lane for Hugedorn. Yeltima now being guarded by Vanderzee and fouled again. This time the foul is going to be called on Ada Vanderzee, her first, team second of the quarter. And Addie Yeltima will go to the line. This time Yeltima will go to shoot 2. First one up and in. Checking back into the game is Brielle Howe, the 6'3" sophomore for the MOC-Floyd Valley Dutch. Remind everyone, leave us a note in the chat where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Hello to Larry DeBoer, rooting for the Lions there. Second one up and no good. Rebound down to Ripkema for the Lions. 3-point lead now, 6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Vanderzee kicks it over to Hugedorn. Backdoor cut, Cheyenne Struckman up and in. Good movement without the ball there by Struckman. Better find from Hugedorn. Almost stolen away there by Struckman. 3-on-1 break. Lions get back and almost get the steal, but Vanderzee is going to commit her second foul and as many trips down the court here. The last 2 trips down, 2 fouls on Vanderzee. That'll get her sent to the bench for a little while as Lincecum and Vanderweerd back into the game for the Lions. No good there. Rebound down to Hagedorn. Danica was a leading scorer in the first game. Also led the team in assists and steals. That one out of bounds. Lions will inbound underneath their own basket. Lions just have to get into Vanderweerd. Now Struckman stolen away by, that's Yeltma, and Yeltma misses the layup. And it's out of bounds off of Yeltma. Number 10, Macy Baker, checking back into the game. Nice cut there, Vanderweerd, blocked though by Vanderpool. Macy Baker over to McKenna Baker, now down low to Howe. Kick it, Vanderpool. That's Yeltma, now that is Macy Baker with it again. Lions hedge nicely. They'll let Howe take that three as often as she wants to. Yeltma try to step back three, nothing going. Howe just inside the three-point line, up and in. Rattle around for a minute, but Brielle Howe with her first 2 points of the ball game. As I said earlier, she led the team, leading the team in points with 14 a game and leading the team in steals with 2.5 steals per game is the 6'3" sophomore. Down to a 3-point lead now for the Lions. Hagedorn going to reset. Down low, Struckman. And foul going to be called on Yeltma. No fouls called in the first quarter, and we now have 5 called in the first 3.5 minutes of this second quarter. Cheyenne Struckman goes to the line to shoot 2. A 5'7" senior. First one up and in. Back into the game, Harper Klein, number 23. And into the game for the first time now is number 40, Madison Taylor, a 6-foot freshman. The Dutch going deep into their bench, and young. Multiple freshmen and sophomores as Struckman makes them both. That's McKenna Baker. And Baker is going to throw it away. So the sophomore tries to go a little fast there. Vanderweerd on the cut. Back over to Lincecum. Now Struckman wide open there for a 3. Just didn't see it. Struckman baseline. Vanderweerd. Lincecum now. Hagedorn 10 seconds on the shot clock. Over to Lincecum. Lincecum drives, kicks. Vanderweerd 3-point shot. No good. Rebound comes down to number 23. That's a 5'7" freshman, Klein. Entry pass to Howe, stolen away by Taylor Reibkema. Reibkema bounces that one off her own foot and stolen away. That was stolen away by McKenna Baker. .3:15 to go here in the first half. Baseline drive, that is Macy Baker, no good, but she's fouled by Reibkema. Lots of screen and rolls, pick and rolls here from the Dutch. Lions looking to hedge sometimes, switch sometimes. All depends on who is setting the screen and who is getting the screen set for them. Macy Baker up and in with the first one. That is her first free throw of the year for Baker. As Yeltma back into the game for the Dutch. And McKenna Baker will take a seat. That one no good. And Taylor Wright went down with the rebound. Lions get it up to Vanderweerd. Hagedorn with it now, back to Vanderweerd in the corner. Lions no real post out there. Huge size advantage for the Dutch. Three-point attempt is good by Taylor Redkema. Biggest lead of the game now, 7 points for the Lions. Oh, nice step through Macy Baker, but she can't finish. And a quick jump ball called. This time, the Dutch will maintain possession. Macy Baker will inbound underneath her own basket. Gets it into Howe. Stolen away by Taylor Reipkema. Hagedorn will set the offense. Lions doing a little screening of their own. Nice drive, Struckman, and Struckman will be rewarded as she went to the line, or tried to push the issue there, and is fouled, and will head to the line. First one, short. Vanderpool, and I believe that is McKenna Baker back in for the Dutch. Ellie Hofert back in for the Lions. And Struckman misses them both. First misses of the year for Struckman from the charity stripe. Yeltman now brings it up, being guarded by Lincecum. Over to Kylan Baker, pick and roll, nice pick and roll there as they get it to Howe down low, and Howe gets the layup. Hagedorn cut off by Yeltma, gets it into Hofert though. Hofert up with the left hand and in. Ellie Hofert, her first 2 points of the ball game. She had 15 rebounds, 10 points in last week at Sheldon. Wild shot there by number 23, Harper Klein. Hagedorn over to Reipkema. Reipkema for three, no good. Long rebound, back out to Danica Hagedorn. Hagedorn finds Lincecum cross court, and Lincecum nails the three. Lions are hot from three-point land here. They're now up to a 10-point lead. Harper Klein brings it up for MOC-Floyd Valley. Over to Yeltma. That's McKenna Baker with it now. Screen from Howe, looking for the roll there. Lions do a good job of getting through. And stolen away by Struckman, and Struckman gets the layup. The Dutch get it into Yeltma. 40 seconds left in the quarter. Lions up by 12. Howe with it now at the top of the key. Howe going to take a three-pointer. No good. Rebound down to Taylor Reipkema, and a foul going to be called. Just the fourth foul. So no one shooting free throws yet. I believe that was called on number 23. Yes, that's Harper Klein. That's her second. Both teams with four fouls here. 28 seconds to go in the half. See if the Lions decide to hold for one here with a 12-point lead. Looks like that is going to be what they choose to do. 10 seconds, now they got to go. 7 seconds. Backdoor cut, Lincecum. Nothing there, and stolen away by number 42, Addie Yeltma. And the Lions don't get a shot off at the end, but they outscore the Dutch 18-10 to take a 30-18 lead into the half. So that'll do it for the first 2 quarters of action here in Rock Rapids. Stay tuned, we have 2 Lions Den interviews to go through here, along with some halftime highlights. We'll be back with the 3rd quarter in just a few minutes here on the CL Broadcast Network.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Hello and welcome to the Lions Den, where we interview our seniors for the 2025-2026 school year. And I am here with Adrian Bunchy. Adrian, how are you doing today?
Good. How about yourself?
Not bad, not bad. What does your schedule look like for this year?
So first hour I have study hall, so I get open campus. Second hour I have choir. Third hour go to personal finance. Fourth hour I have government. Fifth hour I have foods. Sixth hour I have lifting, and then 7th and 8th hour I have building trades.
And what would you say your hardest class would be?
Definitely government.
And what would you say your most fun class would be?
Probably building trades.
What's your favorite memory of high school?
Definitely when I was a sophomore. It was 2023 when we went to the Dome. It was just a really fun experience.
What extracurriculars or activities are you in?
So I was in football this year, and then I'm in choir and jazz choir, and that's it.
Do you have any hobbies like outside of school or?
Yep, I love watching football. I play the guitar here and there, and I like to play Clash Royale.
Who has had the biggest impact on your high school career?
Definitely Mr. Engel. Yeah, he's I worked for him during the summers, and he's really helped me change and get a different perspective on everything in general.
What will you be doing after high school?
So I plan on going to Southeast Tech and doing something in the trades. I'm not really sure yet. Something in the trades.
And what would you say to freshman yourself to help you through high school?
Definitely trying harder those first 2 years. I kind of took it off as an easy breeze 2 years, but definitely trying hard those first 2 years definitely help you out in the long run.
Thank you for watching this Lions Den interview. We will get you right back to the action after a word from our sponsors.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar, today and always. Visit premierbank.bank or stop by to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
The score of any game is generally forgotten over time,
but the actions of players, coaches, and fans are remembered.
Sportsmanship is an attitude that can have a positive influence on everyone around you.
In the stands and on the court.
How do you want to be remembered?
Support your team positively and enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game.
What is good, Central Line Broadcast? It's your favorite host / favorite YouTuber, Showtime KT, and today we are here interviewing Miss
Laura Meharada. Yeah.
So tell me, Laura, what is your schedule like?
First, I have construction careers, then I have choir, then drawing 1, then I have American government, after I have anatomy and physiology, then I have study hall. Afterwards, I have strength and conditioning, and then painting 1.
Yeah. And what is your favorite and hardest class at Central Line?
My favorite class is painting, and my hardest is probably American government.
Mr. Doctor?
Yep.
And what will you be doing after high school?
After high school, I plan on working, and that's it.
Just straight working.
Yep, working full time and getting money, I guess.
You have a specific job in mind?
Well, I'm currently working at Dishland Foods in Leicester, so I think I'm just going to stay there for now.
So what do you do there?
I clean machines.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what are your hobbies?
I paint, draw, read, and bake.
What do you like baking?
Cookies, mostly because they're easy.
What kind of cookies?
Cinnamon sugar cookies.
No chocolate chip?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. And what is your favorite thing about Central Lyon?
I think my favorite thing would be the teachers. They all have a passion for their work.
I thought we were going to say about the colors.
Yeah, that too.
What teacher and student has motivated you through your high school career?
The teacher would be Mrs. Allen, and the student would be Kieran Van Tilburg.
Why is that?
I don't know. Mrs. Allen just has something to her that motivates you. I don't know. And Kieran, well, she's really helped me get through high school.
And what has been your favorite memory of high school so far?
This interview, I think.
This interview?
Yep.
Oh, my interview's pretty cool.
Yeah, kind of.
That didn't sound too promising, too convincing.
It is.
And what would you tell a freshman to help them through their high school career?
To enjoy every little bit of it, because it's only a once in a lifetime opportunity.
And what would you like to tell Central Lyon before leaving high school?
Thank you for all the fun memories that I've made, and thank you to Mr. Docker for helping me keep going with his classes.
And there you have it, Central Lyon Broadcast. It's been your favorite host / favorite YouTuber, Showtime KT, and
Laura Maharata.
Adios.
Adios.
I'm Gable Sieberda. I'm a master's student and track and field athlete, and I've been a Frontier Bank customer for 20 years. Some of my favorite services that Frontier Bank has provided me is just having access to my financials through the online bank app, as well as hearing that familiar voice when I call that I know and can trust with my financial needs. And I'm looking forward to continuing pursuing my goals on the track, and Frontier Bank will be a huge part of that.
And we're back here in Rock Rapids. I want to thank my audio video production class for the halftime interviews. We'll have those all year long until we have done every single senior here at Central Lyon. We'll have 2 more for you during the halftime of the boys' game. Unofficial stats here. Leading the way for the Dutch, Brielle Howe with 4 points. Cheyenne Struckman leads for Central Lyon with 10 on the evening. Lions shooting 48% from the field, 50% from free throw and from 3-point, and 50 from the free throw line. The Dutch shot 35% in the first half from the field, 20% from 3, and 40% from the charity stripe. Looks like both teams will start with their starters from the game. The Lions have the ball to start here in the third quarter. Backdoor cut, Ripkema up and in. Taylor Ripko, 9 points on the evening for the Lions. Howe got nice dribble to the middle of the lane and up and in for Brielle Howe. The Dutch have a distinct height advantage here. They haven't really been able to use it very well, though. That one almost stolen away. Vanderzee takes it all the way in. That one's going to be blocked and out of bounds off Vanderzee. Good defense there by MOC-Floyd Valley. And the Lions back into their full court press. Yeltima gets it across. Yeltima second in points on the year, 13 points on the average. 3-pointer good by Kate Klein-Hesselink. And 32-23 now. Ripkema drives baseline. See the replay here. First one up and in for Ripkema. Ripkema, second one, no good. Rebound comes down to, that was Kaylee Tooker with the rebound. Brielle Howe, long 2-pointer, up and in. Howe, 2 quick buckets here to start the third quarter. Hoogenhorn, not a good spot to stop with the ball. Does get it across to her teammate there in Struckman. Hoogenhorn, baseline, reverse layup, no good. Rebound, down to Howe. Dutch cutting into that 12-point lead that the Lions had at halftime. Pick and roll here. Took her down to Howe. Howe looking to work on Hofert. Nice backdoor cut by Klein-Hesselink. Up and in by Kate Klein-Hesselink. And Coach Grafing's going to take a quick timeout. We'll take it with her. We're watching Lions basketball here on the CL Broadcast Network.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food for everyone. With pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken, everyone leaves a winner. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
Back here in Rock Rapids, 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 9-2 run by the Dutch to start the half here. The Lions led 30-18 at halftime. Hoogenhorn will bring it up for the Lions, get their offense started. Baseline drive, Hagedorn cut off, out to Struckman. Struckman all the way in and out, rebound down to Vanderpool. Here come the Dutch. Kaylee took her up to Klein Hesselink. Klein Hesselink and Howe doing all the work so far. There's Vanderpool, nice shot, no good, and that's going to be out of bounds off of the Dutchman. The Dutch lady, the Lady Dutch. I'll figure that out at some point. MOC-Floyd Valley now into full court press. Stolen away by Howe. Ill-advised throw there. And that one thrown away right back by Tooker. McKenna Baker going to check into the game for MOC as Klein Hesselink checks out. Lions break the press. Nice backdoor cut. Blocked, though, by Howe. But Hagedorn gets it back off the miss and puts it back up and in. McKenna Baker brings it up now for MLC. Almost a jump ball. Yeltima step back three. No good. Lions lucky there. Addie Yeltima, an extremely good three-point shooter. Misses there on the step back. Vanderzee over to Struckman. Down to Hofert. No good. Rebound by Howe. That one no good. Rebound down to Ripkema, and a jump ball is called. Possession arrow belongs to the Dutch. Madison Taylor and I believe that is Macy Baker. Yes, it is. Back into the game for the Dutch. As Vanderpool and Tooker sit down. Nice inbounds play. Gets a wide open Briley Howe, the layup. Howe now up to 10 points. That one blocked again. No good. And finally, the Lions get a foul called there. Not finally, as in it was not saying the other one should have been called a foul. Lions just need something positive to happen here, as the Dutch have been stingy at the rim to start this half, as Hofert misses the first one. That one up and in. Much needed basket there for Central Lyon. Macy Baker up to Howe, and Howe with an easy buckets. Down to a 5-point lead here. Nice give and go, and that one up and almost in. See here on the replay, nice find. Hofert just unable to get it in. She'll shoot 2 more free throws. That one rattles in and out, or in and out and back in. And Hofert's second one up and in as well. Macy Baker brings it up for the Dutch. Yeltima with it. Lions got to hedge that screen. They'll do a good job of not letting Yeltima get any shots off. That's Madison Taylor with it, averaging 9 points a game so far, yet to score in this one. 5 on the shot clock. And bailed out is Klein Hesselink on the ill-advised foul. by Lincecum. So number 4, McKenna Baker, will head to the free throw line. First one up and in. Struckman into the game for the Lions, along with Tooker for the Dutch. Second one up and in as well. Back to a 5-point lead. Hagedorn splits the double team. Drives baseline. Kicks to Vanderzee, and Vanderzee loses it off her leg. Harper Klein going to check back in for the Dutch. Madison Taylor will sit. Klein over to Howe. Backdoor cut, nothing going by Yeltima. Pick and roll. Lions do a good job there. Howe tries to drive and stolen away by Hagedorn. Euro step, no good by Lincecum. Gets her own rebound out to Hagedorn. Hagedorn has that one swatted away by Yeltima, and Yeltima is called for the foul. Danica Hagedorn will go to the free throw line. First one up and in. Comments about why Central Line's not wearing purple. You wear white in basketball at home, and you wear your dark jerseys on the road. That is a rule in basketball. Both those free throws good for Hagedorn. And it's back to a 7-point lead. Minute and a half to go here. Into Howe. That's Klein out to Howe again. Baker with it. Drives. Baker, left-hand shot, no good. Rebound down to Klein. Now Yeltima. Yeltima fouled and makes it. Rijkema and Vanderweer back into the game for the Lions. Yeltima's first only free throw, up and in. 4-point lead, closest the Dutch have had it since early in the second quarter. And stolen away by Howe. Lions not doing a very good job against this press. Klein, middle of the court. No good. Rebound down to Rijkema. And Klein going to foul on the rebound attempt. And that'll send Rijkema to the free throw line, as that is the 5th foul on MOC-Floyd Valley here in the third quarter. So again, rule change last year, 2 years ago. Fouls reset at the quarter in high school basketball. Third foul on the freshman, Harper Klein. Rijkema's first one up and in. Vanderpool and Klein Hesselink back into the game for the Dutch. Rijkema now up to 11 points, to go along with 6 rebounds and 3 steals. Second one up and in as well. Lions back into their press. They lost a girl down court, and it's a layup for Kylan Baker, the freshman. Back to a 4-point lead. And stolen away by Yeltima. Here comes the Dutch. Yeltima up and in. Shot clock turned off now. 2-point lead for the Lions. And thrown away. Lions go for a pick and roll. Nothing going. Lions get it back. And up and in for Ripkema. Taylor Ripkema gets a much-needed basket, and that one is almost stolen away. And that'll do it for the quarter. We're back with the fourth quarter here from Central Lyon after these words from our sponsors.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar, today and always. Visit premierbank.bank or stop by to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
Back here at Central Lyon for the start of the fourth quarter. Good quarter there for the Dutch. They outscore the Lions 22-13, cut in the lead. Lions get a bucket there towards the end to save that 4-point lead as we head to the final stanza. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors, Avera Medical Group, Frontier Bank, Pizza Ranch, Premier Bank, Deneau Boston & Company PC, Hilltop Coffee, Murphy Family Dentistry, Papik Motors, Pepsi Beverage Company, Sanford Health, and Sieber de Foltz Insurance and Real Estates. Addie Yeltima getting a little shaken up there at the end of the quarter there. She's fine and back on the bench. Lions going a little high-low, looking for some back cuts, nothing going. Struckman now, baseline cut, and blocked by Howe. The Dutch doing a much better job of just standing their ground when the Lions make those cuts, and unfortunately that one's going to go right off of McKenna Baker's foot out of bounds, so the Lions get a break. As I said, the Dutch just standing there basically, holding their ground down low. They've got a huge height advantage. They don't really need to go after the Lions when they make those cuts. Vanderzee for three, no good. Rebound down to Vanderpool, and it's going to be a foul called on Ada Vanderzee. Her third, team's first here of the fourth quarter. Lions back into a full court man-to-man press. And a kick called here. So the Dutch will inbound underneath their own basket. Wonder a little bit about stamina here. The Lions only play 7 kids. The Dutch, I think, have played, I don't know, at least 10, I think. 9 or 10, maybe 11. Early in the year, you never know. Still got to work into basketball shape. And the Lions do a great job there on that hedge on the pick and roll attempt to get the steal, but then they throw it away. Yeltima and Macy Baker back into the game. 3 of the Baker girls playing tonight. Macy, McKenna, and Kylan. Yeltima will bring it up here for the Dutch. It's McKenna Baker. Cut off there by Struckman. And it's a 5-second call. Great defense there by the Lions to cause a turnover. Lindsay come back into the game to give Vanderzee a quick break. The Lions are going to probably try to steal a couple minutes here on the bench for Ada with those 3 fouls. I would suspect her to sit for a minute, maybe 2, before she comes back in. And Lincecum almost travels. The Dutch pushing the Lions way out. Nice seal there by Hofert to give Struckman an open lane, but the Lions miss it, and the Dutch come down with the basketball. A chance to make this a 1-possession ball game again. That's Baker going baseline, kicks. Vanderpool over to Brielle Howe. Macy Baker, three-point attempt, no good. Rebound comes down to Yeltima. Yeltima, no good. Rebound to Hofert. Hagedorn all the way, takes the contact and makes the baskets. Yeltima being hounded by Lincecum as she brings the ball up the court. McKenna Baker, three-point attempt, no good. Rebound down to Danica Hagedorn. Hagedorn, third on the team with 7 rebounds last Tuesday. Struckman for 3, wide open, no good. Rebound down to number 10, that's Macy Baker. Push ahead to Yeltima. Yeltima blocked, no foul. Good job there initially by Lincecum, but she's got to get that right hand off the hip of Yeltima. Otherwise, you're going to get a foul probably 9 times out of 10. Addie Yeltima, first free throw, up and in. Yeltima, coming into the game, had not missed a free throw. We have her unofficially 3 of 5 so far tonight. Yeltima, second one, up and in as well. Almost stolen away. Lions break the press and now set their offense. Struckman over to Lincecum. That's Vanderzee back into the game now. Ten on the shot clock for the Lions. Vanderweerd, Jessa Vanderweerd, no good. Rebound. Gonna be on the floor, and it goes out of bounds off of the Lions. Yeltima will bring it up. Klein Hesselink with it now, looking for Vanderpool down low. Stolen away, maybe. Yes, stolen away by the Lions, and Vanderzee up and in. So the Lions get the steal. Vanderzee takes it all the way. Good try there by Howe, trying to use that 6'3" frame to be at the block, but Vanderzee does a good job of going wide with it. And Howe on the pick and roll gets it up against Vanderzee. Vanderzee really has no option but to just put her hands up and hope that Howe would miss, which she doesn't. Vanderzee's 3, no good. Rebound down to Vanderweerd. And a foul going to be called. Hagedorn Ripe coming back into the game for the Lions. That foul was on number 24, Lily Vanderpool. That's her first of the game, the team's first of the quarter as well. Timeout. Yes, timeout going to be called here by the Dutch. We'll take it with them, watching Lions basketball here on the CL Broadcast Network.
The score of any game is generally forgotten over time,
but the actions of players, coaches, and fans are remembered.
Sportsmanship is an attitude that can have a positive influence on everyone around you.
In the stands and on the court.
How do you want to be remembered? Support your team positively and enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game.
Back here in Rock Rapids, 3:46 to go in the ball game. Take another opportunity to thank our sponsors: Avera Medical Group, Frontier Bank, Pizza Ranch, Premier Bank, DeNovo Austin & Company PC, Hilltop Coffee, Murphy Family Dentistry, Papick Motors, Pepsi Beverage Company, Sanford Health, and Seabird Foltz Insurance and Real Estate. Upcoming events here on the CL Broadcast Network. This Thursday, December 4th, we have 7th and 8th grade boys basketball versus West Lyon at 4:15 from the Activity Center. Then on Friday, the 5th, we have JV and JVR boys basketball from the Activity Center against Boyden Hall, JV at 4, JVR at 5:15. And then varsity girls and varsity boys from the gym starting at 6. And then on Monday, December 8th, 7th and 8th grade boys basketball versus George Little Rock, a 4:15 start in the Activity Center. Lions will inbound underneath their own basket. Get it into Ripe, come on. And a jump ball. Jump ball called. The Dutch will have possession now. Good inbounds play there by the Lions. Just couldn't get anything going towards the hoop. And Yeltima almost stolen away there by Lincecum. Lincecum picks up her dribble. Gets it over to Tooker. Back to Yeltima now. Yeltima, they're looking for a screen. Nothing going. They're going to try to get Howe down low, but Hugedorn reads it and just picks it off. Danica Hugedorn with it now. Little hesitation dribble, up and in. Hugedorns, and one attempt is good. Substitutions here for the Dutch. 23 Harper Klein and number 4 McKenna Baker into the game. 7-point lead here for the Lions. Baker tries to beat Hugedorn down, but she cuts her off. Klein now, pick and roll. The Lions switch it. Yeltima over to Klein. That's Baker. Over to Vanderpool. And Vanderpool tries to get Howe down low, but that's a cross-court pass. That is a very tough pass. Goes out of bounds. 2:44 remaining here in the game. Lions do have 4 timeouts left. The Dutch with 3. 2 fouls apiece for both teams here. Or sorry, yes, 2 fouls apiece for both teams in the quarter. Hugedorn breaks the press, kicks it back out. Lions don't have to be in a hurry, but they definitely don't want to pass up any open shots. And Coach Graffin's going to call a quick timeout. And the Lions got stuck. 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. Once again, I want to thank everyone that helps out in this production. Thank Jason Heiser and Kendrell Thomas and Leo Groen. They're doing the interviews, our senior interviews, or we call them our Lions Den interviews. You'll see them all year long. Ivy Ramsey and Grant Engel are up here helping run the video board and run stats. Ivy runs the video board, but she also helps Grant do stats, as it is definitely difficult to do the stats as a one-man operation. Have a few adults that will help run things throughout the year. Also, we'll have a couple students that will help do things. Bring every event to you that we have here in Central Lyon, or at Central Lyon, I should say. Whether it's in the gym here at the high school or whether it's in the Activity Center gym as well. Lions will inbound, 18 seconds left in the shot clock. Lincecum gets it to Ripkema. 5 seconds on the shot clock. The Lions need to recognize it. They got to put a shot up. And the Lions do not recognize. I think they thought there were 35 seconds when they inbounded. It's something that you have to get used to. The shot clock, not new, but also not something that you grow up with. You don't really play with it at the lower levels, so it's something that when you get to the varsity level, you got to be cognizant of. 2 minutes to go here in the ball game. 7-point lead for the Lions. Yeltima over to Baker. They're looking to set up Klein. No, back cut. Yeltima. And Yeltima bailed out by a foul call on Lincecum as she was fading away badly. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Yeltima's first one up and in. 11 points on the evening. Yeltima averaging 13 on the year. Second one up and in as well. And that one almost stolen away by Harper Klein. The Lions need to be careful with the ball here in a 5-point lead. Hagedorn trying to push the issue, and Danica Hagedorn, maybe not the shot that Coach Grafing was hoping for. With the Lions could have ran this down to almost a minute to go in the game, but doesn't matter because the shot goes in. That's Baker with it. Kick to Klein. Klein, three-point attempt, no good. Reibkema down with the rebound. And a foul going to be called. Taylor Reibkema leading the Lions with 14 points. Also now with 7 rebounds. Tooker going to check back into the game for Klein. That foul was on Vanderpool, her second, team's third. Both teams now with 3. Hagedorn going to break the press. Now the Lions probably want to wait. They have a 7-point lead. No, Hagedorn takes it right in. Gets the layup. Maybe caught the Dutch sleeping there, as probably would have thought the Lions are going to try and run time. 30-second timeout going to be taken by the Dutch. We'll stay here. Remind everyone, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can know when we post videos or when we start these live broadcasts. And be sure to follow Central Lyon on Facebook and X to keep up on all the latest news. I do apologize if you watched the JVR boys game earlier. We do have one of our robotic cameras is broken. It's off to get fixed. The company that makes them is based in France. So I sent it at the end of October, and hasn't been fixed yet. I'm hoping to have it back. I was hoping to have it back, obviously, before today. But the goal would be before Christmas to get it back up and running. So right now I have to run the one robotic camera we have back and forth between the gyms. Obviously, we're going to prioritize the varsity. And so we have to go to kind of a security camera static view in the activity center on nights like this. 25 seconds on the shot clock, under a minute to go in the game. That's going to be a 3-point attempt. Good by the freshman, Kylan Baker. Makes it a 6-point lead here. Lions need to get it across, and they do. MOC basically needs to foul because the Lions are going to take this down to about 10 seconds if they don't. Lions want to keep it in their guards' hands. And a foul going to be called on Vanderpool, but they had one to give. So now the shot clock is off. Now they have to, Lions can dribble the ball out if the Dutch don't foul. You can hear Coach Thompson, he was yelling for them to foul. Half the stands were yelling for them to foul. And they finally do with 29 seconds left to go. And they get it in quickly, and a foul going to be called on Klein Hesselink. Will send Danica Hagedorn to the free throw line to try and ice this game away. The Lions, not a great free throw shooting team. See if Hagedorn can get it done in crunch time. First one up and in. Hagedorn now leading all scorers with 16 points. As McKenna Baker and Kylan Baker check back into the game for Tooker and Klein Hesselink. And Lions make them both back to an 8-point lead, under 30 seconds to go. Yeltsma is going to push. The Dutch don't need threes, but they need points, and they need them fast. Kylan Baker cut off. Back over to Yeltsma. Yeltsma going to drive. Lions definitely just don't want to foul. If they give up a bucket, they give up a bucket, and then they foul. At least you didn't make it. Look on the bright side of things here. At least it's not an and-one opportunity. 13.2 seconds to go in the game. 8-point lead. Addie Yeltsma, the senior, will go to the line. First one is good. Klein Hesselink and Tooker back into the game for 2 of the 3 Baker girls. Coach Thompson going a little offense for defense, defense for offense, substitutions here. And Yeltima makes them both. 6-point lead, 13 seconds in. And Yeltima finally fouls. The Lions are able to run 3 seconds off. Hagedorn goes back to the line now for Central Lyon. Situations like this for the Lions, when they get the ball, they want to try and, if they can get a run out, just run down the court with the ball as fast as you can, try and waste some time. Hagedorn makes the first one. Now in defense, again, they're just going to maybe give some token pressure. You don't want MOC-Floyd Valley to inbound it all the way to half court. You want to make them at least dribble the length of the court here. As that one is no good. A miss isn't the worst thing. Again, now the Dutch have to take the whole court. Down to 5 seconds. Yeltima, that one's blocked. And the Lions are going to get the victory, 58-51, as they come away with a second win on the year and improve to 2-0. The Dutch will fall to 1-2 overall and 1-1 in Sioux Lane Conference play. We'll be back with a few post-game thoughts after these words from our sponsors.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
I'm Gable Sieperda. I'm a master's student and track and field athlete, and I've been a Frontier Bank customer for 20 years. Some of my favorite services that Frontier Bank has provided me is just having access to my financials through the online bank app, as well as hearing that familiar voice when I call that I know and can trust with my financial needs. And I'm looking forward to continuing pursuing my goals on the track, and Frontier Bank will be a huge part of that.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food for everyone. With pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken, everyone leaves a winner. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar today and always. Visit premierbank.bank or stop by to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
And welcome back to Rock Rapids as we get the post-game show going here. The Lions get the 58-51 victory here tonight. Leading scorer for the Lions was Danica Hagedorn with 18 points. Taylor Ripkenwa had 14, and Cheyenne Struckman also had 10. The Dutch were led by both Briley Howe and Addie Jeltima with 14 points each. Kylan Baker with 8, Kate Klein-Hesselink with 7. Quarter score looked like this. Lions led 13-8 after the first quarter, 30-18 at halftime. A great. That's the warm-up music for the boys. Yeah, it's always playing straight music. The Dutch had a great third quarter. They outscored the Lions 22-13. To cut in the lead and make it 44-40 at the end of 3, but then the Lions come back to win the fourth quarter 14-11 and win the game 58-51. We're going to take a quick short break as we reset here for the boys game. We'll be back with the boys pregame show after these words from our sponsors.
The score of any game is generally forgotten over time,
but the actions of players, coaches, and fans are remembered.
Sportsmanship is an attitude that can have a positive influence on everyone around you.
In the stands and on the court.
How do you want to be remembered? Support your team positively and enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you know you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
I'm back here in Rock Rapids as we get set for the boys game. Let's take a look at some stats before we get to our coaches' interviews. These are last year's stats because this is the first game of the year. MOC-Floyd Valley reigning 3A state champions. They were 23-4 overall last year. The Lions 4-18. Last year, the Dutch averaged 67.8 points per game. They shot 48.2% from the field, averaged 28.8 rebounds, 15.1 assists, and 8.9 steals per game. They also shot exactly 70% from the free throw line and averaged 14.9 turnovers last year. For the Lions, they averaged 48.6 points per game. They shot 36.7% from the field, averaged 24.8 rebounds, 13.4 assists, and 6.6 steals per contest. Last year, the Lions also shot 62.3% from the free throw line and averaged 15.1 turnovers. Earlier today, I had a chance to sit down and talk to Coach Gerleman about the offseason and tonight's matchup. We'll have that interview now. Welcome back to the pregame show. We're being joined now by Central Lyon boys head coach Ben Gerleman. Coach, thanks for joining us.
You bet, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, let's start, since it's the first game of the year, let's start with a little bit about what the offseason was like this year. What did the summer look like for the boys?
You know, it was a lot of kind of individualized work. You know, we're getting to the point now where our kids are so busy doing so many things that at some point somebody's got to be willing to cut back a little bit. And we've got a lot of kids that worked hard and played some AAU ball, did a lot of stuff on their own. We were able to go to a one-team camp that I thought went well. But overall, it's really about the kids trying to get their bodies right, trying to get their minds right, because, I mean, the kids are so active, and we need them to be so active that at some point they need to take a little bit of a break. And so we try to not overdo it in the summer just because, you know, we as coaches also need that. So.
And then after the summer, we got started with practice here a few weeks ago. Had a chance to go do a scrimmage.
Yep.
What'd you like about the scrimmage from a little bit of time that you got to see everyone on the court?
You know, we're inexperienced.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we graduated 6 seniors that at some point all contributed quite a bit last year. And so a lot of new kids and new roles. And so there's just going to be a lot of learning to do. I've been pleased with the effort from the kids. I think our kids are playing hard. That's kind of one of the things we've been focusing on is just can we give maximum effort all the time? And, you know, we've got a lot of room to grow. Which is expected from a young team, but we do like what we've seen out of some kids so far. You know, I think our senior captains have really stepped up and are trying to lead, and in practice have done an excellent job. So hopefully that will translate to some positive things on the floor tonight.
And tonight we start the year, probably one of the harder starts of the year, the reigning 3A champions in MOC-Floyd Valley. Good news is they did lose their top 3 scorers.
Yeah.
Bad news is they're still going to be really good.
Yeah, I mean, they're always going to be a really good team. I mean, you can't be a 3A school in a 2A league and not be a highly competitive team. So they're going to be good. It's going to be different. Obviously, they've got a new head coach. So I'm sure he'll try to put his own stamp on some things, but they're still going to be a lot of what they have been. You know, they do lose a lot. Right. I mean, the Albers kid, the Vanderpool kid, and one other guard that they graduated were extremely important players for them. But they had a good group of young kids, so couple that with the fact that they got some really good size to help kind of stem everything. It's going to be a challenge for us.
What are going to be some keys tonight to Central Lyon for Central Lyon to come away with a victory?
Honestly, right now, because we're so inexperienced, we're just trying to get better every day. And it's going to be the same all season. We've got to just play hard. We're going to try to play 8 to 10 kids. It's really hard to play 10 kids. We're gonna for sure try to play 8, if not 9, if needed 10. And we just really want our kids to play hard. We can live. I told the kids, listen, we can live with getting beat. But we can't live with not putting in the effort. The ball's not always going to bounce our way. Teams are going to do things a little bit better than us at times, and we're going to do things better than them at times. But the one thing that can't happen is that the other team is consistently playing harder than we are. So if we can do that and just work our way into the season and work our way into the game, I think we've got a chance. But obviously it's going to be difficult.
Well, Coach, we want to wish you the best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for joining us today. We'll be back with more of our pregame show after these words from our sponsors.
On top of a hill in the heart of our little town, there's a place where the coffee's always hot and the smells are even warmer. At Hilltop, we brew more than just coffee. We brew connection, comfort, and community. Locally roasted, lovingly served, always welcoming. Come in, slow down, and stay a while. Hilltop, your coffee, your community.
A community is a place, but it's also a connection. It's where we all plant roots, raise our families, build our lives, and take care of each other. It's something we have in common, and it takes world-class care to keep communities like ours strong. We work together to live, to hope, to heal, because that's what neighbors do. Here for all, here for good. Sanford Health.
My name's Elin, and I like sports because I like watching them.
My name's Miles, and I just like the school in general because our teachers are nice and we get to do a lot of fun stuff.
Hi, my name's River, and I like the sports teams because my mom coaches the basketball team.
Super Defaults, local, true, insurance, real estate, all for you.
DeNoble Austin & Company PC, certified public accountants, offers a variety of services including payroll, auditing, sales tax, financial statement preparation, and of course, income taxes. Whether you're a farmer, small or large business owner, or just require some assistance with your personal finances, DeNoble Austin & Company PC can save you time and peace of mind with the skills you need and the service you expect. Located in Rock Rapids and Laverne.
Murphy Family Dentistry has been serving and supporting the Lions and all of Northwest Iowa for over 25 years. We are located in Rock Rapids just off Highway 75. Our friendly staff is ready to help cheer up your smile for another Lion victory. Call us today to schedule for all your dental needs or visit us online at www.josephmurphydental.com.
Hit one out of the park with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Papik Motors. With 3 convenient locations in Laverne, Rock Rapids, and Sibley, our team is ready to help with all of your automotive needs. Swing in today and let the hometown team be your dealer of choice. Or visit us online at papik.com.
Papik Motors makes it so easy.
Back here in Rock Rapids, I want to thank Coach Grumman once again for taking an opportunity or taking some time out of his day to talk with us. Obviously, first game of the year, so we don't have any stats as far as when it comes to the last 5 games for both of these teams. We can't look at the series history, though. Last 10 games, the Lions have won 6, the Dutch have won 4. But MOC did win both games in a row. They've won 4 in a row in the series. Both games last year, they won 71-43 and 64-40. Taking a look at the Siouxland Conference standings, these were last year's standings. MOC there with they tied with West Lyon for the conference championship. They split during the regular year, but Siouxland Conference rules, it's a weird rule. I don't understand it. But even if one of those two teams would have won both of the games, if they tie with the same record overall in the conference, they still tie. Even though if there's a clear head-to-head tiebreaker, one of the weird things the Siouxland Conference does. Probably should be changed at some point, but either way. Lions finished in 9th last year, opposite end of the standings, 4-14 in the conference, 4-18 overall. Remind you all that if you want to leave us a comment, let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, those sorts of things. That'd be great. If you have questions, if I butcher somebody's last name, you can let me know. I don't take any offense to that. You can let me know in the comments. You do have to be a subscriber. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does cut down on the amount of spam that we get. A couple years ago, we started to get a lot of random comments in our YouTube chat, so we just turned on the feature where you have to be a subscriber to the channel to leave comments. It doesn't cost anything, so if you want to do that, that would be something that you can do. Get my boys' stats pulled up here as changing over. 30 seconds to go here. Reminder, we'll be back on the air here on Thursday with 7th and 8th grade boys basketball versus West Lyon at 4:15 from the Activity Center. Then on Friday, we have basketball versus Boynton Hall, JVR boys and JV boys from the Activity Center. And we're going to go to our starting lineups now. From the in-house announcer here, Chris Wright will do the announcing. Head coach for MOC-Floyd Valley, new head coach as Coach Lauren DeYoung, moving on from MOC-Floyd Valley, going to coach at Siouxland Christian after his state championship last year. The new head coach Parker Mulder for the Dutch. Lions coached by Ben Gerleman. Taking a look at the starting lineups for the Dutch. They'll look like this. Number 0, a senior, Nick Ballinger. Number 1, a senior, Carter Brightwell. Number 20, a senior, Carter Van Gelder. Number 23, a senior, Drayden Punt. And number 43, another senior, Jacob Mulder. The Lions will look like this. Number 0, a senior, Porter Vogel. Number 3, a sophomore, Eli Groen. Number 4, a junior, Logan Koob. Number 11, a sophomore, Eric Austin. And number 14, a senior, Leo Groen. So the Dutch are going to have 5 seniors out there. The Lions don't even have 5 seniors on the roster at the moment with injuries. So it'll be some youth versus some experience here, though the Dutch, they did lose their top 3 scorers from last year. But they're going to have a big, big advantage down low when you talk about 6'5", Drayden Punt, 6'3", Carter Van Gelder, 6'5", Jacob Mulder. The Lions just don't really have anything to match up with that, so they'll do their best to with guard play. Again, starting lineup for the Lions. See them there. 2 seniors, a junior, and 2 sophomores. And Leo Groen and Drayden Punt will tip off, and Punt wins the tip easily. And the Dutch will start with the ball. Ballinger Off to Brightwell, back to Ballinger, almost out of bounds. Van Gelder there being guarded by Eli Grown, Leo and Eli brothers. Ballinger dumps down. That is going to be a three-pointer by number, That's 33. I was told 43 was starting. That is 33, Jacob Henry Heller. Dump down, Leo Grown up and in with the first 2 points of the season for the Lions. So the Dutch will start 4 seniors and a sophomore in the 6'1" sophomore Henry Heller. Three-pointer good by Eli Grown. The Grown brothers will all 5 points here to start the game for Central Lyon. That's Brightwell with it, being guarded by Koob. Now over to Heller. Now punt. Backdoor cut. Ballinger, nothing going. Three-pointer, Carter Brightwell, no good. Tipped around to Henry Heller. Henry Heller with the easy buckets. Vogel with it now. Going to take it all the way to the rim. Kicks it to Koob. Koob for three. Good. Lions with their first lead of the game, 8-7. That's Van Gelder. Going to kick out to Brightwell. Brightwell three is good. Hot shooting here early in the season for both of these teams. 2-point lead for the Dutch. That one's going to be thrown away and over and back call. Checking into the game now, 43, Jacob Mulder, and 13, Thatcher Dugan. Heller and Brightwell will check out for the Dutch. Ballinger off to Dugan. Three-point attempt, Van Gelder, good. Van Gelder, his first 3 points of the season. And it's a 5-point lead for MOC. Eli Grown over to Koob atop the key. That one to Leo Grown. Now Eli with it in the corner. Going to go baseline. The Dutch with again with that huge height advantage, just kind of sitting in the middle. Vogel all the way, no good. Rebound. He's going to come out to Nick Ballinger after the scramble. Ballinger off to Mulder. Nice pass there. The senior Porter Vogel going to go baseline. Kicks out to Logan Koob. Koob, three-point attempts. In and out. Punt down with the rebound. Mulder with a nice feed. And we're going to have a quick timeout by Coach Gerleman. Full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching Lions basketball here on the CL Broadcast Network.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar today and always. Visit premierbank.bank or stop by to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
Back here in Rock Rapids. The Dutch out to an early 17-8 lead. I do believe the Lions are going to substitute there in the stoppage. Nathan Robinson, a senior, number 2. Loveson Raymond, a sophomore, number 5, are going to come into the game for the Lions. Austin will inbound as the Dutch are going to put a little full court pressure on Central Lyon. They get it into Raymond, back to Austin, over to Eli Groen, into the middle of the Porter Vogel, and the Lions break the press easily and can set their offense. Leo Groen over to Nathan Robinson. Now Raymond with it, Vogel. Austin over to Robinson again. Robinson, three-point attempt, good. Robinson coming off a collarbone surgery, the second one in 2 years. And that one is stolen away by Leo Groen. And stolen back by the Dutch. There's punt with it over to Van Gelder. Tryson Groendijk into the game for the first time on the miss after the miss there by punt. Vogel will get it up for the Lions. Flex cut by Raymond, nothing going. Loveson Raymond giving up, I'm gonna be gracious. He's given up about 10 inches to Drayden punt down low. There's a 6'5" punt guarding Loveson's maybe 5'9". Eric Austin, three-point attempt. No good. Long rebound goes out to Dugan. Push ahead to Mulder. Groendijk, no, that's now Mulder with it down low. Cross court to Dugan. Now Groendijk with it. Back over to punt. Mulder trying to set up down low. Mulder, nice big body down there. Misses, gets his own rebound, misses again. And the rebound is bounced out to Groendijk. And another missed layup by Dugan, but he gets his own rebound and puts it right back up and in for his first 2 points of the evening. Thank you for the correction on the pronunciation. That's Thatcher Dawn out there. Thrown away there by Leo Groen. Dawn with it. And Mulder with the easy buckets. Another quick timeout, 30-second timeout by Coach Gerleman. Just like the first quarter for the girls, no fouls called yet in this game. Dutch out to a 21-11 lead. Remind everyone, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you know when we post videos or when we start these live broadcasts. And be sure to follow Central Lyon on Twitter and X to keep up on all the latest news. Say hi to Dave Ackerman, former Central Lyon superintendent, watching from home. Ouch, just looked at my phone. Those of you that's Hawkeye fans, the men are down 60-40 at Michigan State with 7:40 to go in the game. And that one over in Lansing, Michigan, East Lansing, Michigan. Lions with the ball, down by 10. Full court pressure again by MOC-Floyd Valley. Lions get it up. Jackson Poletsky into the game for the first time. Eric Austin, spin move. Shot no good from the free throw line. Mulder down with the rebound for the Dutch. Mulder with it, over to Ballinger. Ballinger thought about a three, now he'll take it off the dribble, and Nick Ballinger, the 5'11 senior, nails the three for her first 3 points of the evening. Poletsky left wide open, misses that one. Ballinger on the rebound. Ballinger, another three, no good. Rebound down to Eli Groen. And Porter Vogel will bring it up for the Lions. Had an opportunity for a run out there for Poletsky, but Poletsky just didn't have his eyes up. Porter Vogel three, no good. Rebound comes down to Groendijk. The junior is going to lead up for the Dutch. Now over to Brightwell. Back to Groendijk in the corner. Down to Mulder, stolen away by Poletsky. Poletsky gives it off to Koob. Now Vogel will get it, and the Lions will set their offense. That one thrown away. Punt and Van Gelder back into the game for MOC. And Leo Groen going to come back in for the Lions. No shot clock here, 23 seconds to go in the quarter. The Dutch can hold for the last shot if they so please. Looks like that is exactly what they're going to do. Ballinger off to punt. Van Gelder back to Ballinger. They look for a punt on a cross screen. That one knocked out of bounds off the Lions. 5.9 seconds to go here in the quarter. They get it in, Van Gelder. And that one goes off of Brightwell's hands as the Dutch do not do a very good job in that end of quarter situation. They don't even get a shot off. 1 second, the Lions probably aren't going to get a shot off here either. And they heave it up at the buzzer. No good. 24-11 is our score at the end of one. We'll be back with more basketball action here on the CL Broadcast Network.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food for everyone. With pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken, everyone leaves a winner. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
I'm Gable Sieperda. I'm a master's student and track and field athlete, and I've been a Frontier Bank customer for 20 years. Some of my favorite services that Frontier Bank has provided me is just having access to my financials through the online bank app, as well as hearing that familiar voice when I call that I know and can trust with my financial needs. And I'm looking forward to continuing pursuing my goals on the track, and Frontier Bank will be a huge part of that.
We're back here in Rock Rapids. Dutch off to a good start, 24-11 lead. The Lions, though, will start with the ball here to start the second quarter. Lions have Koob, Robinson, Eli, and Leo Groen, and Vogel. The Dutch have Ballinger, Brightwell, Van Gelder, punt, and Heller, their starters out there for the Lions as Leo Groen gets the tough basket. Give the Lions the first 2 points here in the second quarter. Down screen for Brightwell, three-pointer no good, punt on the rebound. Punt with it, looking for maybe a little two-man game with Heller. Sophomore can't get anything going. They get it down, though, to Van Gelder. Van Gelder spinner in the lane, or just outside the lane. He gets it up and in over Eli Groen. 5 points for Van Gelder now. Jacob Mulder leading the Dutch with 6 points on the game. And now Nathan Robinson, after his 2 threes, are leading the Lions with 6 points so far. Left-handed three-pointer is good by Henry Heller. Vogel going to take it to the lane, up and in by Porter Vogel. Sure his uncle watching at home is proud, showing off the move there. Nice two-foot jump stop there by Van Gelder, and he gets that one after up and in after a couple of spin moves. Dutch will inbound now as Mulder and Dawn check back in for the Dutch. Back in for the Lions Austin and Raymond. That's Ballinger with it now, out to punt. Over to Van Gelder. Try to get it in down low to Mulder. Nothing going, stolen away by, that was Leo Grown on the steal. Austin with it now in the corner, being guarded by punt. Eli Grown off a screen. No good. Rebound down to Mulder. And the 6'5 junior is going to bring it up the court himself before he gives it off to Van Gelder. Ballinger. A lot of contact, nothing going there. Grown with the rebound. That was Leo Grown with the rebound. Just double checking. Yeah, no fouls called yet. And we are 10 plus minutes into the game. Has been kind of clean. Been a lot of outside shots. And the Dutch again with a very large inside advantage. Nice reverse layup there by Dawn, and the 6-foot senior gets the bucket. 4 points on the game for Dawn so far. Raymond cut off, and that one's going to be stolen away by Ballinger. Punts as that one go off of Austin's leg. Vogel and Poletsky back into the game for the Lions. Abram Metzger making his first appearance, the freshman for the Lions. And in for the first time for the Dutch, 6'2" junior, Colby Hoffmeyer. Dutch get it into Mulder. Metzger up against Mulder. Mulder short on that attempt. Rebound by punt. Lions run 2 at punt, but he finds Mulder wide open for a layup. Vogel over to Raymond. Austin now in the corner. Raymond with it over to Poletsky. Vogel. Porter Vogel, 3-point attempt, no good. Mulder with the rebound. 8 points, 4 rebounds for Jacob Mulder here in the first half. That's a 3 by Dawn, no good. Poletsky down with the rebound. Down low to Austin, being guarded by Van Gelder. Austin with a good move and gets the 2 points. Quick timeout for the official as he needs to tie his shoe. That allows Brightwell and Heller to check back into the game. Punt and Van Gelder will check out. Koob is also back into the game for the Lions, and Poletsky will get a break. Lions going to go into a little full court pressure. Brightwell gets it in, and that one's going to be tipped out of bounds by Vogel. The Dutch will inbound in front of the Lions bench as Ballinger is going to check back in. And Hoffmeyer will get a break. Eli Groen back into the game for Raymond for the Lions. Lions playing 9 players so far. Dutch have played 8. There's Ballinger, out to Brightwell, back to Ballinger. Dawn, nice dump off to Heller for the easy bucket. Eli Groen out to Porter Vogel now. Now Metzger over to Austin in the corner. There's Koob at the top of the key. Vogel loses it for a second. Over to Eli Groen, 15 to go on the shot clock. Koob. The Dutch giving up the baseline, but that's because they've got a huge height advantage down low. There's Austin for 3, good. Eric Austin with the 3-pointer. Austin with 5 points so far tonight. Heller short with the 3-pointer and going to be committing the foul as he tries to go through Eric Austin on the rebound attempt. And it looks like a 30-second timeout going to be called by the Dutch. We'll take it with them. Be back 30 seconds here on the CL Broadcast Network.
I'm Gable Sieperda. I'm a master's student and track and field athlete, and I've been a Frontier Bank customer for 20 years. Some of my favorite services that Frontier Bank has provided me is just having access to my financials through the online bank app, as well as hearing that familiar voice when I call that I know and can trust with my financial needs. And I'm looking forward to continuing pursuing my goals on the track, and Frontier Bank will be a huge part of that.
Back here in Rock Rapids. Shout out to a few people that are watching. Mitch Lupkus watching, telling me he likes that behind the rim, behind the backboard camera angle. I can help you try and figure that out, how to do that over at GLR, Mitch. Adam Vogel also watching. The Lions inbound against a full court pressure here. Austin gets it across. They look to trap, but they get it to Koob down low. Now to Metzger, and Abram Metzger with his first 2 varsity points of his career for the freshman. Down to a 12-point lead here, 2:22 to go in the half. Punt with it, being guarded by Austin. The Kansas football commit up and no good. And we'll have our first free throws of the ball game. As that foul is on Eric Austin, his first of the game, or the quarter, on the Lions. Punt misses the first free throw. I was wondering how tall you'd have to be to miss the top part of your head from this angle. 6'5", definitely too tall there. Punt misses them both, and the rebound is down to Eli Groen. Lions break the press. They got guys wide open. They miss Eli Groen early. They get it to him late. Nothing he can go in there. Oh. Vogel over to Austin. Back out to Eli Groen. Koob with it now. Over to Metzger. Austin. One dribble. Shot no good. Brightwell down with the rebound for the Dutch. And that's out of bounds. Leo Groen going to check back into the game as Abram Metzger will get a rest. 1:34 to go here in the quarter. Lions break the press. Get ahead to Eli Groen. Now Vogel will set the offense. 25 seconds to go on the shot clock. They get it to Eric Austin down low. Kick back out to Eli Groen. Groen, 3-point attempt. No good. And Heller down with the rebound. Push ahead to punt. That's Brightwell. Brightwell going to take a 3 and good. Brightwell 2 for 3 from 3-point land tonight. 6 points on the game. And a stolen away, tipped off of Van Gelder right into Brightwell's hands. The Dutch trying to increase their lead, but Brightwell is going to sail it into the crowd. Lions will inbound. 46 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Almost stolen by Van Gelder. Down low to Koob. Now back up top to Austin. Lions can set their offense. Eli Groen. Over to Leo Groen. Vogel. Spinning, and he's going to trap. No, going to have a foul call. First foul on Ballinger. Second foul on the Dutch this quarter. Lions will inbound underneath their own basket. They get it in quick to Leo Groen, no good. And punt down with it. And Van Gelder up and in on the pump fake. A little flurry of points here. The Lions were winning this quarter until the last 4 unanswered points, or 5 unanswered points by the Dutch. Vogel, no good. 3 seconds left. Van Gelder going to take a three. Good if it goes, no good. So the Dutch outscore the Lions 18-4 that quarter. Take a 42-25 lead into halftime. Once again, stay tuned during halftime as we'll have 2 more Lions Den interviews, along with some first half highlights here on the CL Broadcast Network.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Welcome to the Lions Den, where we get to know our senior athletes a little bit more in depth. Today I'm joined by Berlin. Berlin, thank you for joining me.
No problem.
We'll start off with your schedule. So what does your schedule look like this semester?
I'm taking a few academically more challenging classes just because I felt like I wasn't being challenged. So I'm in AP Calc, Anatomy, College Comp, I have Government, and then I'm also in Spanish 4, and then I have Band and Choir in the morning.
Nice. What would you say your biggest challenge has been in your high school career?
That's a good question. I would say that I've had some trouble with time management. Being involved in a lot of different things, it's hard to find time to do homework while also being able to work and participate in all of my different activities.
Yeah, I got you. And what are your plans after high school?
I don't have much for plans after high school. College is an almost certain, but other than that, I really don't know.
Okay, you still have plenty of time to figure all that stuff out.
I hope so.
Yeah. What are your hobbies, things that you like to do outside of Central Lyon?
Well, I really enjoy reading. I spend a lot of time doing that. But I also like just going for a walk, going for a bike ride, or rollerblading, which I've been doing a lot recently just because it's been kind of nicer-ish sometimes.
What is your favorite thing about CL?
I really like the number of opportunities that we have here. You have different classes that are maybe a little more challenging that you can take, and then there's just so many different clubs, organizations, everything that you can ever think of.
For sure. And who's had the biggest impact in your high school career, would you say?
Probably my parents. I think that they're just really important people, and they've given me a lot of freedom to be able to do things that I want to explore, just do whatever I want for the most part.
What's been your favorite memory of high school so far?
Homecoming, sophomore year, I think, and watching my friend Maddie fall twice in front of the entire school with a goldfish in her mouth. It was gold. It was my favorite thing ever.
And then what kind of activities are you involved in here?
So as I said, band and choir, and then I also participate in yearbook, quiz bowl, and I'm a basketball manager for the girls basketball team, which I absolutely love.
Nice. And what would you tell a freshman you to help from advice, basically?
Don't be afraid to do something different than other people. You can go against the flow. You don't have to go to the homecoming dance if you don't feel comfortable going, and you don't have to go do all of the things that other people are doing. You can do your own thing.
Well, thank you for your time, and we'll get back to the booth now after a word from our sponsors.
I'm Gable Sieperda. I'm a master's student and track and field athlete, and I've been a Frontier Bank customer for 20 years. Some of my favorite services that Frontier Bank has provided me is just having access to my financials through the online bank app, as well as hearing that familiar voice when I call that I know and can trust with my financial needs. And I'm looking forward to continuing pursuing my goals on the track, and Frontier Bank will be a huge part of that.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food for everyone. With pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken, everyone leaves a winner. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
Hello and welcome back to the Lion's Den, where we interview our seniors for the 2025-2026 school year. And I am here with Jaden Gukheisen. And Jaden, what is your schedule for this year?
Yeah, so I come to school during second period, starting with single survival. That's a fun class with Ms. Buss. We just basically cook and do some other little assignments. But then I go to third, which is going to be my personal finance class. It's kind of one of those classes you got to do. Fourth, I go to drawing studio. That's something I've never really done before, so it's fun to try something new like that. Fifth is independent study for AP Chem. So I kind of go home during that one, or go into study hall, do my AP Chem stuff. Then my last period is AP Calc, which I would probably say is the hardest, but also the most fun class, just because it challenges you. And I always liked math, so.
Yeah, and you answered a few of my next questions, which your hardest class would be AP Calculus, and then your favorite class would be single survival, you said?
Oh, I think probably AP Calc is also my favorite class.
Really?
Yeah, I like the challenge.
Interesting. And what would you say your biggest challenge was in your total high school career?
I love staying motivated. I had a lot of procrastination issues. That's mainly where my grades failed. I always stayed pretty good, but none of my classes I would say were really hard. That's just always procrastinating about something and getting a bad grade on it that way.
What will you be doing after high school?
Yeah, after high school, I do plan to go in college. I'm a little like iffy where I exactly want to go. I'll probably take a gap year next year in super senior for the sport I do. But right now I'm just kind of different between going to like a military school or like a regular college, where I'll either do aviation or some kind of criminal justice law enforcement thing.
Absolutely. And what are your hobbies?
I don't have like exactly hobbies. I mean, I mainly go to work, practice, and school during the downtime. I'm normally like doom scrolling on TikTok or watching YouTube. Maybe play video games every once in a while.
Absolutely. What was your favorite part about your time at Central Lyon?
Just interacting with everyone. I mean, this school has a very like small school, so obviously everyone knows everyone. You get like friendly vibes from basically everyone you come in across. Even though you might not be like exactly friends, but you're friendly with everyone. I love that part.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe we do live in a pretty good community. Who has had the biggest impact in your high school career?
Biggest impact would probably just be my friends, because they're just the people who keep me motivated to keep going. Like a little friendly competitions, like, oh, who's better, you know? So that helps me get through it. Yeah, and also just talk about, oh, how bad something is. It's just get stuff off your mind.
Absolutely. Friends are very important, and especially for like teenagers and kids and that kind of stuff. What activities have you been in or extracurriculars?
For in school, I did a year of robotics. Other than that, it's always been out of school. I mainly worked, and then obviously I do, if you know me, I do all-star cheer. I've been doing that. This is my 7th year now, so I've been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah, I've heard you guys do pretty well for yourselves with the cheer stuff.
Yeah, I've gone to basically like the national level of it for the last 4 years. The last 4 years I've gone to the national level of it, making it to Orlando, Florida. Last year we got 3rd. Year before that we got 2nd in the whole nation for our level. So
that's pretty good. What has been your favorite memory of high school so far?
Favorite memory? It's not exactly in the high school, but the high school allowed me to figure out I could go to Washington, D.C. through our Lyon rec. They fund it. All you had to do was take a test, and that allowed me to go to Washington, D.C. I'm wearing a sweatshirt now, but actually, that was really fun. I got to see a lot of places. I got to meet really cool people, senators, and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And what would you tell freshmen yourself to help you through high school?
Probably just really try to focus on not procrastinating so much. That's probably just worst thing I've done. Maybe try to get into a few more things, because I feel like I was very scared to try to talk to people or try to do new things, definitely as a freshman. And then by the time I wanted to try to do new stuff, it was kind of a little too late.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you see an opportunity, go for it here, because there is definitely a lot of opportunities here. Thank you for watching this Lions Den interview, and we will get you right back to the action after our words from our sponsors.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar, today and always. Visit premierbank.bank or stop by to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
We're back here in Rock Rapids as we get set to start the third quarter. The Dutch will start with the ball and a 17-point lead. Heller leading the way, 10 points for MOC-Floyd Valley, as missed shot there by Ballinger, rebound by Punt, and Punt puts it up and in. As I said, Heller leading the way for MOC with 10 points. Nathan Robinson with 6 points leading for the Lions. Combined, the teams are shooting 50% from behind the three-point arc, as the Lions are at 45 and the Dutch are at 55. And that turnover, give the Dutch the ball back. Van Gelder over to Heller. Heller stops from the free throw line, no good. Rebound down to Leo Groen. Pretty clean first half, only 3 total fouls called. So no foul issues for either team. Eli Groen thought about the threes, takes one step inside and nails the 10-footer. Sophomore with 5 points on the evening. Punt with it now. Heller gets it over Van Gelder. Back to Punt, low screen. Nothing going there, but kicked to Brightwell. He misses. Van Gelder gets a rebound, puts it back up. He misses, but he's fouled. And he'll head to the free throw line. That foul was called on number 3, Eli Groen, his first of the game, first of the quarter on the Lions. And Van Gelder knocks down the front end of his 2 shots. Used to call it the front end of a one-on-one, but now there's no one-on-ones, so I guess I'm going to call it front end of a 2-shot foul, free throws. And Van Gelder's second one is up and in as well. The Dutch back into their full court press. Lions did a good job in the first half of breaking the press, and announcers cursed that one there as they commit the turnover. Ballinger gets some things started here. They look for Punt down low. Punt over to Mulder. Mulder, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up. No good. That's Van Gelder with the rebound. Out to Punt. 30 on the reset in the shot clock. Punt goes baseline, and that ball is kicked. The Dutch will inbound underneath their own basket. Van Gelder tries to get it to Heller, but knocked away momentarily. And that's a 3 by Tryson Groendijk. His first points of the evening. 22-point lead now for MOC. Vogel down to Leo Groen. Leo Groen misses that one off the side. Good hustle. Rebound out to Koob. Koob misses. Rebound down to Punts. Van Gelder. Push ahead to Mulder. Mulder out to Groendijk. Another three-pointer by Groendijk. No good. And Eli Groen tried to throw that one to his own teammate. But nobody there as he threw it blindly. Thatcher Dawn, a 6-foot senior, back into the game. As looks like Ballinger is going to get a rest for the Dutch. Nathan Robinson back into the game for the Lions as Koob will get a break. Punt with it over to Van Gelder. Three-pointer, no good by Groendijk. Rebound down to Porter Vogel. Austin with it in the corner. Eric Austin, three-point attempt off the backboard, no good. Rebound down to Groendijk. Here's Dawn. Kind of got no man's land, but put up a nice shot, actually. Somehow got that ball up near the rim. And on the rebound attempt, jump ball is going to be called, and Central Lyon will have the possession. Vogel will get the offense started here. Over to Austin. Leo Groen with it now. Nice dump down to Eric Austin, and Eric Austin up amongst the trees gets the rebound. Mulder, hand off to Dawn. Dawn in the middle, kicks to Van Gelder. Van Gelder now, that one momentarily tipped away before Mulder corrals it. That one almost stolen by Vogel. And that one is stolen. This time it's Leo Groen. Dutch maybe trying to force something a little too much there, as they were looking to get the ball down to Mulder. Leo Groen, long three-point attempt, no good. And Carter Van Gelder, 6'3" senior with the rebound. Push ahead to punt. Cut off by the Lions. And Mulder gets that wild pass. Dawn, three-point attempt, good. Robinson, three-point, no good. Rebound going to be down to Punt. Punt, 4 points, 5 rebounds now on the evening. That one tipped away momentarily. Van Gelder gets it back. Groendijk takes a three, no good. Van Gelder gets a rebound. Quick pass to Mulder, and Mulder is up and in. As MOC is going to call a quick timeout, get some substitutions in. Looks like they're going to sit down. So it's a full timeout. All right, we'll take this timeout with them. Be back. More basketball action here on the CL Broadcast Network.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. We've got plenty of room and plenty of food for everyone. With pizza, desserts, and the country's best chicken, everyone leaves a winner. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you know, you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Back here in Rock Rapids, we get set for the last 3:11 of the third quarter. The Dutch on a 12-4 run to start this quarter, and they extend their lead out to 25 points. Full court pressure, broken by the Lions. They get it up to Nathan Robinson. Robinson dumps down to Groen. Groen, left-handed shot, no good. Rebound down to Mulder. Brightwell out to Hoffmeyer, and Hoffmeyer is fouled. Dutch will inbound underneath their own basket. They get into Mulder. Looking for a down cut. Now they get Brightwell for a three. And Brightwell nails the three. 28-point lead now for MOC. Lions break the press. They get it up to Robinson. Robinson misses a shot. And Mulder down with another rebound. 10 points, 5 rebounds for Jacob Mulder, the 6'5" junior. Brightwell shot is short. Rebound there by Robinson. Vogel with it in the corner. Dumped down to Leo Groen. Groen has that left-handed shot blocked by Mulder, and Mulder gets the rebound. Give and go, nicely done, and foul going to be called on Austin as Heller was going up for the shot there. So Eric Austin commits his second foul of the game as Heller makes the first free throw. Punt, sorry, not Hoffmeyer. Punt, Ballinger, and Van Gelder back into the game. Second one, up and in. Vogel all the way, no good. Rebound's going to come down to Van Gelder. Here comes Ballinger looking to push over to Heller. Brightwell now to punt. Heller with it. Ballinger thought about it. Dribbles it off his foot, but it goes right to Henry Heller, and Heller gets the bucket. .32-point lead now. Poletsky with it over to Koob. Koob takes a dribble. No good. Rebound down to Van Gelder. Van Gelder. They get it down to punt now. Now Van Gelder in the lane. Kicks to Heller. That's Ballinger with the three. And we've reached running clock here in the third quarter. Austin, nice move, short, and punt down a three-bound. They get it to punt. Nice spin move. No, travel. Too good of a spin move. Quick 30-second timeout going to be taken by the Lions. We'll take it with them. Watching Lions basketball here on the CL Broadcast Network.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar today and always. Visit premierbank.bank or stop by to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
We're back here at Central Lyon. 28 seconds to go here in the third quarter. The Dutch up by 35 an extremely impressive third quarter, 22-4 this third quarter in favor of the Dutch. Vogel going to bring it up. And punt with the dunk. Austin over to Koob. No, stolen away by punt. No, sorry, that's Heller. There's Brightwell with it. Ballinger over to Heller. Heller, three-pointer is good if it goes. No good. So the Dutch lead by 37 as we go to the fourth quarter here on the CL Broadcast Network.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
I'm Gable Sieperda. I'm a master's student and track and field athlete, and I've been a Frontier Bank customer for 20 years. Some of my favorite services that Frontier Bank has provided me is just having access to my financials through the online bank app, as well as hearing that familiar voice when I call that I know and can trust with my financial needs. And I'm looking forward to continuing pursuing my goals on the track, and Frontier Bank will be a huge part of that.
Back here in Rock Rapids. Start the fourth quarter. Going to be a quick fourth quarter. Running clock rules here in high school basketball. Once a team gets up by 35, it's running clock until the lead is down to 25. So if the Lions can get it under 25, we'll go back to normal clock rules. Dutch are going to start with their starters. Early in the year, kind of got to let your starters get a little bit of their game legs underneath them. I can't imagine that Coach Mulder is going to let them play more than a minute or two of this fourth quarter, up by almost 40 points now. And that one's thrown away. Nice pass, Van Gelder up and in. Poletsky with it in the corner over to Koob. Groen gets it to Vogel in the corner, opposite corner. That one going to be knocked out of bounds off of Porter Vogel. Checking in Groendyke, Dawn, and Mulder for the Dutch. As the clock continues to run. Punt over to Dawn. Back to punt. And punt gets the bucket. Foul going to be called. First of the quarter on the Dutch. Second of the game. Can't be on number 11. There is no number 11. That's who's up there. That was from the Lions. It's on number 13, Thatcher Dawn, his first. Robinson, Raymond, and I believe Austin back into the game for the Lions. Lions get the bucket. And a nice pass, Van Gelder to Mulder. And Mulder gets 2 more points. 12 points, 6 rebounds for Mulder. Vogel with it. Porter Vogel going to be fouled. See here on the replay, Porter goes right at the defender. Misses it, but gets the foul, and he is up and in with his first free throw. Hoffmeyer, and back into the game, and Cole Pottebaum, a 5'9" senior, going to check in for the first time as well for the Dutch. Vogel misses the second one. And that was Hoffmeyer down with the rebound. That one tipped away out of bounds. Dutch will maintain possession. Nope, never mind. Going to be Lions basketball. Leo Groen being guarded by Mulder. Over to Vogel. Vogel up and in. Nice move there, Porter Vogel getting to the rim. That's Mulder now. Hoffmeyer with it. Looking for Mulder down low. They get it to him. He gets pushed back away from the rim. Oh, nice drop step. And Jacob Mulder with another 2 points. Robinson's three, no good. Mulder down with the rebound. And Dawn, shot no good, gets his own rebound, puts it back up, and good. Push ahead, Leo Groen. Back to Vogel. Austin now, Robinson. Robinson thought about the three. Groen over to Vogel again. And foul going to be called on Groendyke on the push. Isaiah Fernstrom and Albert Van Zee checking in for the first time for the Dutch. Eli Groen back into the game for the Lions. They get in the coup, back out to Vogel, over to Raymond. Now Eli Groen with it. Dribbles in the middle, back to Koob. Porter Vogel, three-point attempt, no good. And the rebound, going to be finally saved and out to Pottebaum. 5'9" senior gets a rebound. Hoffmeyer in the middle of the lane, no good, but he's fouled. So the clock will stop on fouls. Timeouts, fouls, injuries, or any other time that the officials deem to stop the clock. Otherwise, it will run. We're down to 2:36 here. Makes for a fast quarter. Hoffmeyer's first one up and in. Abram Metzger back into the game for the Lions. Caleb Quaker, a junior, going to check in for the Lions for the first time. And for the Dutch, 5'11" junior Darwin Zazuda into the game. Second one up and in for Hoffmeyer. Raymond loses that one off his own foot, so it's going to be an over and back call. Fernstrom kicks it. Sorry, these are all new names here for me. Van Zee finds Fernstrom wide open down low for the easy bucket. Metzger with it now. Out to Koob. Quaker, Raymond down in the corner. Lions get two guys cut into the same spot. Raymond gets it to Eli Groen, but Groen's going to be fouled. That foul is on number 3, Cole Pottebaum. Fourth foul of the quarter on the Dutch, first on Potabom for the game. Lions will inbound underneath their own basket. They get into Quaker, over to Metzger. Now Eli Grown with it, down to Caleb Quaker. Koob on a nice cut and misses a layup. Rebound going to be down to Van Zee, the 5'10 junior. Down to a minute here in the game. Hoffmeyer puts it up, no good. Rebound down to, that was number 3, Potabom. Lazuda over to Potabom. Hoffmeyer now on the dribble drive, kick to Fernstrom, and Fernstrom with a 3. The Dutch have not shot much worse from 3 in the second half than they did the first, just a little bit. They're 11 of 22 for 50%. They were 55% in the first half. Abram Metzger misses. Hoffmeyer on the rebound. Shot clock is off. Van Zee has that one blocked from behind by Raymond. Eli Grown with it now. Grown will take a 3 at the buzzer. No good, and that'll do it. The Dutch get the 85-34 victory. They improve, or I guess not improve, technically improve, but they start the year 1-0. Lions 0-1. We're back with some post-game stats after these words from our sponsors.
Hit one out of the park with a new or pre-owned vehicle from Papik Motors. With 3 convenient locations in Laverne, Rock Rapids, and Sibley, our team is ready to help with all of your automotive needs. Swing in today and let the hometown team be your dealer of choice, or visit us online at papik.com.
Papik Motors makes it so easy.
On top of a hill in the heart of our little town, there's a place where the coffee's always hot and the smells are even warmer. At Hilltop, we brew more than just coffee. We brew connection, comfort, and community. Locally roasted, lovingly served, always welcoming. Come in, slow down, and stay a while. Hilltop, your coffee, your community.
DeNoble Austin & Company PC, certified public accountants, offers a variety of services including payroll, auditing, sales tax, financial statement preparation, and of course, income taxes. Whether you're a farmer, small or large business owner, or just require some assistance with your personal finances, DeNoble Austin & Company PC can save you time and peace of mind with the skills you need and the service you expect. Located in Rock Rapids and Laverne.
My name's Elin, and I like sports because I like watching them.
My name's Miles, and I just like the school in general because our teachers are nice and we get to do a lot of fun stuff.
Hi, my name's River, and I like the sports teams because my mom coaches the basketball team.
Super Defaults, local, true, insurance, real estate, all for you.
Murphy Family Dentistry has been serving and supporting the Lions and all of Northwest Iowa for over 25 years. We are located in Rock Rapids just off Highway 75. Our friendly staff is ready to help cheer up your smile for another Lion victory. Call us today to schedule for all your dental needs or visit us online at www.josephmurphydental.com.
A community is a place, but it's also a connection. It's where we all plant roots, raise our families, build our lives, and take care of each other. It's something we have in common, and it takes world-class care to keep communities like ours strong. We work together to live, to hope, to heal, because that's what neighbors do. Here for all, here for good. Sanford Health.
DeNoble Austin and Company PC, certified public accountants, offers a variety of services including payroll, auditing, sales tax, financial statement preparation, and of course, income taxes. Whether you're a farmer, small or large business owner, or just require some assistance with your personal finances, DeNoble Austin and Company PC can save you time and peace of mind with the skills you need and the service you expect. Located in Rock Rapids and Laverne.
I'm Gable Seaperda. I'm a master's student and track and field athlete, and I've been a Frontier Bank customer for 20 years. Some of my favorite services that Frontier Bank has provided me is just having access to my financials through the online bank app, as well as hearing that familiar voice when I call that I know and can trust with my financial needs. And I'm looking forward to continuing pursuing my goals on the track, and Frontier Bank will be a huge part of that.
Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, with care and coverage. Partner with Avera for more hellos, more hugs, more memories. We'll move you forward through sickness and health, and every milestone in between. Hello possibility, hello healthy, hello life. Avera, moving health forward.
Premier Bank has always understood the value of family. We recognize that as your family grows, your banking needs change, and we're here to help you each step of the way. We'll create a customized plan for easier and better banking and support you in making the most of every dollar, today and always. Visit premierbank.bank or stop by to partner with a bank who's ready to grow with you.
Welcome back to Rock Rapids. Taking a look at some of the stats here for the boys' game. Quarters went like this. MOC-Floyd Valley was leading 24-11 at the end of the first, 42-25 at halftime. The game was actually, it was a 12-point game with about 90 seconds to go, and the Dutch just really finished the second quarter very, very strong to get that 17-point lead. Then they really extended it out in the third quarter. It was 66-29 at the end of the third, and then they got the 85-34 victory. So the Dutch go to 1-0 overall, 1-0 in conference play. The Lions are 0-1 overall, 0-1 in conference play. Leading scorer for the Lions, Eric Austin, with 7 points. And a few, Austin, Leo Groen, and Porter Vogel both with 2 rebounds to lead the way for the Lions. Unofficial stats, by the way. I would highly doubt that we had them 100% accurate. For MOC-Floyd Valley, Carter Van Gelder led all scorers with 15. And Jacob Mulder led everyone with 7 rebounds. The Dutch shot 58% from the field, 34 for 59. They were 11 of 22 for 3-point for 50%, 6 of 8 from the free throw line for 75%. They had 28 rebounds, 6 turnovers, 3 steals, and committed 16 fouls on the night. They also had 33 points off the bench. Lions are 14 of 43 for 33% on the evening, 5 of 18 from 3-point land. The big difference in the start of the third quarter. The Lions had 5 3-pointers in the first half, and they finished the game with 5. So 5 of 18 for 28%. They are 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 50%. They had 13 rebounds, committed 11 turnovers, had 4 steals. As a team, they committed 5 fouls on the game and had 8 points off the bench. Remind everyone, we're back in the air on Thursday, December 4th, 7th and 8th grade boys basketball versus West Lyon here on the CL Broadcast Network from the Activity Center, 4:15 start time. Then on Friday, we have basketball versus Boynton Hall. JV boys at 4 o'clock, JVR boys at 5:15. Those will both be in the Activity Center. Varsity girls at 6, varsity boys at 7:30 here in the gym. Then Monday, December 8th, we have 7th and 8th grade boys basketball versus George Little Rock, 4:15 start time on that game. That one will be in the Activity Center as well. Once again, I want to thank Ivy Ramsey and Grant Engel for helping out tonight. Also, can't thank our sponsors enough. We'll thank them one last time. Frontier Bank, Pizza Ranch, Premier Bank, Avera Medical Group, DeNoble Austin and Company PC, Hilltop Coffee, Murphy Family Dentistry, Papik Motors, Pepsi Beverage Company, Sanford Health, and Seaport of Fultz Insurance and Real Estate. That'll do it for tonight here from the gym. I'm Jeff Cruz, as always. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.